Going, you're live. So I got this one of my channels I like to watch is Fernstein's greenhouse, and he's been on there for a long time, and he's developed. It's amazing. I should actually look it up. I don't think I can look it up from here, but he started small with a greenhouse. I actually started watching him when he had a hoop house greenhouse, which got caved in by a snowstorm. And that was when I started watching his channel, which I don't know when that was. You'd have to look back into his videos. But he built a new one that was supposed to withstand snow. And he keeps it heated in the wintertime, so it's less likely that he's going to have snow buildup on it. He started off with aquaponics and did an amazing system with aquaponics, but he eventually switched over to just regular hydroponics. And he has an interesting system in which he uses, he takes 10-foot downspouts and drills holes in them and makes them into long troughs that he can grow greens in, various lettuce heads type of things. And he has produced amazing amounts of crop that he sells. And he also does tomatoes and cucumbers and, so forth. And he just keeps adding greenhouses. I don't know how many greenhouses he now has, but he has quite a few, and they're large. They're 30 feet wide by 80 feet or something like that, maybe longer. It's an interesting channel to look at, and he's a really nice guy. So anyway, he recommended this indoor-outdoor thermometer, and his problem is he's got all these greenhouses. He doesn't know what the temperature is in all of them all the time, and it's important to know if the temperature is going too high, because the lettuce won't like that too hot a temperature, and he wants to know if it goes to freezing, like one of the systems shuts down and it all of a sudden gets very cold. So he did a review on it. Somebody sent him this, and I had ordered it from, of course, Amazon. And if you want the link for it, you got to go to his website, his YouTube channel. You can order it, but if you go to his YouTube channel, the person that recommended it has his link embedded on it, and then that person will get some percentage of dollars or cents when you place an order through their link. So it's always a good thing. I don't have an Amazon link because when I put an Amazon link on my channel, you guys don't use it. So that's on you guys. So anywho, it's called the Smartro SC92. The only thing I don't like about it is that they have different batteries. So the receiver uses AAA batteries, and that's this one. And right now it's reading inside the house because I just put batteries into the transmitter. Now the transmitter has 2 AA batteries, but the receiver has 2 AAA batteries. Now it's obvious why this one has the bigger batteries, but it's not obvious why this one has smaller batteries, because now you have to carry 2. Of course, you're going to be carrying AAAs and AA's, but the whole point here is the fact is, why do I need to? So if you send a friend or your significant other off to the store to get yourself some batteries, they're going to have to buy 2 packages of batteries instead of 1. So that's my complaint with it. So right now they're reading the same. I'll show you what activates the screen. But they're reading the same because I have them right next to each other. See, and this one here, it reads the outside temperature, and then this one reads both the indoor and outdoor temperature. It doesn't give me wind speed, but I had a Oregon weather station, and it was monitored through a website. And then the website they decided they'd shut down their website. And, the thousands of people using their website can just tell them to go, HEWL 2 things, because we're not going to continue to support the products. We're going to force you to buy new products, which means we're not going to buy Oregon again. But needless to say, I have a weather station up on a pole, and it's perfectly useless. So someday when I get my walking back, which is going to be next year, well, I'm going to get my walking back soon, because I don't know, some of you know, I haven't really posted anything. I don't know if I can't really. My camera's on a boom now, so that I can move it all around. See, before it was oops, I shouldn't have touched it. Before it was just sitting on a baby tripod on my desk, and it always got in the way. Now I can put it up off the desk and put it where I want it, but I can't take it off and show you my boot. So I have an orthopedic boot on that I've been wearing for 2 years with this food. It's been a number of different ulcers on my feet. And I'm digressing. I'm jumping all over the place. But I've been wearing the boot now for a year and a half, I think. And I've healed all my ulcers, but now I have to learn to walk without it. So every day I walk for a little while on my I have a brand new shoe, and I have a 2-year-old shoe. My right foot, I have a 2-year-old shoe, and on my left foot, I have a brand new shoe that I never wore. So I put those on with some help, and I walk around with my rollator, which is what I'm sitting on, and I also use my walker to get me to the stairs. And I climb the stairs. It has railings, and get on my walker, rollator, and walk around the house a bit. And so I'll shoot some video at some point of me walking with that, and stick it together. And but the problem wearing that kind of thing is that you lose your muscle support that you use for walking, because the boot's been holding my ankle in the same position for a long time. So, and I walk pretty well with the boot, but now I have to learn to walk with the shoe again. So, not so much learning, it's just building up the endurance. So I'm going to try out these. He really liked them. I'm going to try these out, because I like to know what the outside temperature is, and it's really hard to mount an outdoor thermometer around here. So that'll be cool, and it'll give me humidity, it won't give me wind speed. It'd be nice to have wind speed, but all I have to do is look for the shadow of my wind turbine spinning, and I'll know that the wind's blowing, I guess. But I think today is a pretty soft day. And I got my Velcro, so I'm going to Velcro it and stick it on. I don't know if I should use that for the outdoor one. Velcro will work until the summertime. But my other pet peeve for the day is yesterday I was watching, or I don't know if it was last night. I have to wait to the next day to watch primetime TV shows. Like So I am a NCIS fan. Anybody out there NCIS fans? You can give me a like and subscribe. You should be subscribing to me anyway, but a like or a thumbs up, NCIS fans. Been watching that show forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Pretty much know all of the things. And then when NCIS Los Angeles came on, of course, we were right on it. And that hasn't gone on Amazon Prime yet. I'm waiting for it to go on Prime so I can watch the series again. But so they had their opening NCIS New Orleans, and then New Orleans came out, and that's kind of a tricky show because it's really the team that makes the commander on deck look good. So, and Pride, in his other shows that he's been on, he did the Star Trek Enterprise, which, the only reason why he really wasn't good was because he was the captain. The crew was what made that show a really good show. And it really very much wasn't him. But at any rate, so last yesterday I was watching NCIS, and actually I saw a thing on Facebook that Los Angeles had their first episode. It's on Sunday. So I went to go to watch that, and I was having trouble. My Google browser won't let me watch NCIS because it says that I have an ad blocker up so that I can't watch the commercials. But I've always watched the commercials. The commercials come on just like it would be if I was getting it on an antenna. And because I don't have cable and I'm not subscribed to CBS.com, they're giving me a hard time. I was able to go over onto Edge, which is Microsoft's new Explorer, and watch it there without any problems. So I thought I'd watch New Orleans first before I watched Los Angeles. And of course, it's a part 2 thing. But I was so unhappy watching it because it's they have the virus built into the show, and it's just the way they have the virus portrayed, people are dropping like flies. If you get the virus, you're dead. That's just the answer. You get the virus, you die. You get the virus, you die. And that's how the show is perceived. You get the virus, you die. There's no, you get over it like millions of Americans are getting over it, getting it. They get diagnosed, they either get sick or they don't get sick. And if they do get sick, their likelihood of surviving it are extremely high. But on this show, they have anybody that gets it dies. And it's very, very, whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. I'm watching that show to escape the world. That's why I watch TV shows and movies. I watch them to escape the world. I don't have to sit there and watch this misery, this constant misery that we've lived through. Every one of us that's watching my video has lived through this, whether you're in this country or another country. We've lived through this virus nightmare. And, we've lived through the scare tactics. We've lived through the fear. We've lived through, and we're going through it again because our governor in this state is following under the B guy, not the orange-haired guy, but the B guy. And he's putting us through this whole other rigmarole of lockdowns all over again when there's really no reason, because they'll allow thousands of people go into a park and scream and yell and do their thing to support their cause, which I'm not going to say we should take away freedom of speech, but there should be some kind of saying, no, you cannot do this. If they tell me I can't have more than 4 people at my Thanksgiving dinner, then they shouldn't be telling a crowd of 1,000 people they can't congregate in a park or in a street and do whatever you want. Fornicate, do whatever you want because it's allowed. The virus does not go after people protesting. They only go after people that are sitting around their Thanksgiving dinner or going to church. It's a very interesting virus. So here we are. I'm ranting and raving, and I apologize, but I'm just really annoyed because I kind of liked NCIS New Orleans, and they had some really good characters. They've replaced the really good. They killed off. I can't think of his name. Whatever his name was, they killed him off last season or the season before, and it's just that show has gone through some growing pains that it's not. If they get rid of Sebastian, it's the show will be just toast. I mean, if Pride thinks that he can hold a show together on his own particular personality, it isn't going to happen. He's going to lose people. I'm not going to go sit there and watch Misery. If I want to look at Misery, all I got to do is turn on the news. I don't have to see it there. It's just, to me, it's just stupid. So NCIS Los Angeles, on the other hand, nobody asked for that show, which was just funny. It was the only hint of the virus was that Hetty was obviously sick, and she was in a bunker somewhere. So her character might actually be going away, and we've been thinking her character is going to be going away for some time now, and she's kind of held on for dear life, unfortunately. And she's an amazing character, her an actor. She's an amazing actor that's done some amazing roles, and like The Teacher. You remember The Teacher? Not The Teacher. The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Can't think now. I can't think of the name of it. But I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. She's been in a lot of things. She's been in, she's been in a lot of different movies that she's popped up in, and she's done an amazing character. And we love Hetty to death, but I think that her, she's probably going to get replaced with Nell, is what it's looking like, which is fine. It was actually last season once they were deciding whether it was going to get replaced with Callan. Callan was the runner-up for the Hetty position. So, we'll see on how that goes. But it was a really good show last night, and it was up to its usual standards, which is actually pretty cool. I probably will still tune in to NCIS New Orleans, but I just found it a miserable thing to watch. It's just miserable. The next one will be the NCIS Showboat. We'll see how that one goes. It's supposedly in DC, and whether they'll. The only thing I noticed in the Los Angeles episode is nobody really stood close to each other. Everybody kind of kept their 6 feet apart thing. Almost everybody, anyway. So that was interesting. But, it made it work. They made it work. They didn't say, oh wait, I got to stand back 6 feet. I'm just getting tired. But I am holding the space that Trump will be back in office in 20th of January, 21. I'm holding the space. I think that when everything levels out, that he's going to prevail. So hold that space, because Biden is going to reverse every great thing that Trump has done for this country. Every single last one of them. And everybody that lined his golden path to this position for Biden or for the B guy. The B guy, because we can't say the T word or the B guy because we get banned. This is the American free speech. You could go and protest anything you want, and it's perfectly fine. But if I use the B word or the T word on my channel, I have the chances of getting my channel shut down or this video. That is a really funny thing about that thing. Or if I tweet it, if I had a Twitter account. It's a good thing I don't, huh? Well, actually, the real reason I wanted to do this was talk about NCIS New Orleans, but then I was putting together my thing. So a spoiler alert is, I got this new book, and it is called The Spider Who Saved Christmas. You're going to have to look at it in reverse because it's in reverse. But this is going to be my new Christmas story this year that a friend of mine called Santa is going to read. And if I have time, I'm going to throw in some other stuff that I've been toying around with in my head. But I'll see how this one goes for my 28 minutes, because I really don't want to go over 28 minutes. So hopefully I can do this in 28 minutes, because on the programming of community broadcasting, the short 28-minute shows go into place very easy, and hour shows are harder to place. And a lot of people may not want to sit through a whole hour worth of reading a story. So that's about all I wanted to share with you today. I hope everybody's having a great time out there. The world is definitely crazy and turned upside down. And yeah, keep on smiling. It's 20-minute long. Nobody wants to watch a 20-minute video. I'm surprised nobody is actually even on right now. But that's life. You're all out having fun. It's been warm this week. It's been in the 70s. Last week, it was in the 30s. And this week, it's in the 70s. Yep. Ta-ta.